Try to break this up as easy as I can. Here's how this oil is broken down, all oil really. First, in saturation. So we know that coconut oil is a high saturated fat. So this causes concern with experts. Does it raise your cholesterol? So that can be a problem. But here's where it's different than the fats say in meat. It has something in there called MCTs, medium chain triglycerides. And this is a good fat. This is what makes it different. This can prevent things like insulin resistance and even Alzheimer's. So that's what makes it different.
So the number one concern the American Heart Association had was the saturated fat. Let's break that down first.
Yeah.
And this is an important point because everything else aside, the one thing we know is that saturated fat is a concern. So take a whole coconut like this, right? You bust that thing in half, and what do you end up with? This, right? You got meat, coconut meat, not coconut oil, coconut meat. Now this has fat, but it also has protein and fiber and minerals and vitamins, right? All these things. But when you process this coconut meat into an oil that looks like this, guess what happens? You actually keep the fat, but the protein, fiber, minerals, and vitamins, you lose all those. All that's left is this fat. Now, initially, it was like the coconut oil was good for you because there were low rates of heart disease in Polynesia. You know, that is far the opposite part of the planet from us. But all they have there are coconuts, apparently, and they eat them all day long. But they eat the coconut meat. It's not the same as the oil, as we just pointed out. And their diet was very low in all the other saturated fats. They don't eat a lot of steak and sausages there. That's not part of their diet.
Yeah.
So let's just compare the saturated fat in coconuts
Yeah.
to other types of fats that you all hear about that we've been talking about in the shows since day one. First off, beef tallow, beef fat, regular fat you see when you eat, and it's about 50% saturated fat, right? Butter. We all love butter.
Yep, love butter.
You're replacing butter with coconut oil. Butter is 63%, so it's actually more fat because it's more concentrated. Coconut oil, 82%. Look at this guy. It has more of that saturated fat that we generally want to keep out of our diet.
Yeah.
So that's one big idea you got to keep in the back of your mind. Let's look at the next conspiracy theory. Sarah's here, and she suspects the real reason why her weight's fluctuating so much, which you told me, how are you? Which you told me it has been fluctuating.
Hi.
The real reason that you're having problems with weight is perhaps the coconut oil. So walk me through what your experience is.
Well, I have coconut oil with everything. I've replaced every oil in my house. If it's not coconut oil, it's not welcome.
It's perfect, right? Because it's got the right kinds of nutrients, theoretically.
Yes.
So we did a little math looking at your food diary, and we calculated that you're getting about 720 calories a day just the coconut oil.
Wow.
Just the coconut oil. That's almost half what you're supposed to have.
Yes.
Any idea that you were getting that much in?
No, my weight's been going up and down. I thought it was helping, but maybe it doesn't seem like it now.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think the coconut oil is good or bad for weight loss? Because you mentioned those MCT fats. Those are the ones that theoretically help.
So here's the answer. It can be. You have to watch, just like if you incorporated nuts into your diet. It's about 120 calories per tablespoon. So keep that in mind. So you do, even though it's good for you, you have to watch the portions.
Okay.
That's the key.
Okay.
So
Thank
one
you.
tablespoon a day is going to be the goal from that one.
Okay.
You know, fat just carries a lot of baggage with it.
Yes, thank you
God
so
bless
much,
you.
Dr. Huss. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Now, I want to share with everybody
Thank you so much.
a big wrinkle. A big wrinkle that we just found digging into coconut oil. This might be a big deal for a lot of folks. It might be the real break in the coconut oil debate. Maybe we've been eating it all wrong. This is a big issue. My medical team uncovered research that says you should be eating coconut oil with fiber. Why is that so critical?
I love this idea, and I do think this is a breakthrough. Because when you mix it with fiber, your cholesterol doesn't go up as much. So you can keep an eye on that, and guess what? That means heart health, and we love that.
This might be what the American Heart Association was worried about. I'm excited for this research for that reason.
Yes.
So let me explain why that's the case. This is really important for us to understand. Because remember, coconut meat has fiber in it. The way they eat it in Polynesia, where they have a low incidence of heart disease, which is what we're trying to copy, and they have also other health benefits they're reaping, might be because of that fiber. So coconut oil, let's say this is coconut oil. And in your body, you've got the intestines, which are this little space here, and your body absorbs through the intestines. And inside your body, all kinds of things happen depending on what's in your small intestine and what it can absorb. So I add a lot of coconut oil, right, to your diet. What ends up happening? It ends up leaking through these holes, and inside of your body, you got all kinds of fancy things happening, right? There's an explosion in there. Oftentimes we call weight gain, right? You don't want that.
Weight gain.
Now, you add a little fiber, to your coconut oil, and all you got to do is enjoy it. Because when you add the fiber to the coconut oil, and then you add it and eat in this form to your body, just like those researchers found you had less problems with your cholesterol, this whole thing begins to thicken up a little bit. And as it thickens up, it can't get through those itty bitty little holes. So it doesn't turn on what's going on inside your intestines. So you pour it out, see it sludging like that? You no longer have the changes going on inside the body. It might actually prevent some of the big problems we're worried about. To me, this makes perfect sense.
It
To
does.
me, this begins to bring all the things together that we're learning about. The Polynesian health that we're worried that isn't being mimicked in our country, maybe we could get it. Maybe actually the whole issue is to get the fiber and the fat together the way the coconut naturally gives it to you. Because this can't be an all-nothing attitude, guys.
No.
You can't be completely eliminate coconut oil or take it only. It's got to be a rational incorporation into our diet. That's how people stay healthy. So take us through some typical foods, ways you might combine coconut oil with fiber.
So one of my favorites is make these little bowls from a whole grain like quinoa. Mix that in. It's a nutty, light flavor. People love to have that.
Or,
Oh gosh, beans, legumes, lentils, delicious. You can mix that with a little green bean, something else in there, spectacular.
and surprisingly, a third option,
Well, the old favorite, the old standby for fiber, fruit and vegetables. Can't ever go wrong with those.
yeah, you can add coconut oil, so it gives it that exotic flavor.
Yeah.
And all these are on my Pegan 365 diet. I added them all new. I want you to incorporate this, take advantage of it. Lots of wisdom here. Up next, our investigation continues. Buyer beware.